I feel like you can't be on a third date and she's still faking it. I feel like she could have faked it the first time. She could have faked it the second time, and it's just like, okay, enough.
What if you're getting at good
enough.
restaurants? Ocean Prime, Mastro, and now you're just going around. Are you just going for the food now?
On a third date, though, like, I feel like if you was gonna push it, a second date for the food was enough.
Yeah.
If you just hopping around just for the restaurant, just for the food,
like,
I mean,
we're not just going. I'm not going. Because we're going to Mastro's. I'm gonna go. Obviously, it might pique my interest. Oh, we're going to a nice restaurant, but I'm not like going for the restaurant. I'm going to be with you. So it's like, if you're asking me on a date, take me to your vibe. If I'm asking you on a date, I'm gonna take you to my vibe. You know, like, so I just feel like if I'm going on the third date with you, I'm interested, but I'm still neutral. Like, I'm just getting to know you, depending on how in depth the dates were. Like, what did we talk about? Like, what are your values? What are your goals? Like, who are you as a person, kind of thing.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm knocking all that out on the first date. Third date,
exactly.
If we get to the third date, I like you already.
Right.
Like,
damn.
I like you.
Oh.
See, like, all right.
Dates are uncomfortable for me. Like, to be sitting across the table from somebody and we're just talking about ourselves. I don't know. That kind of makes me like.
Well, is that a date? I feel like there's so many types of dates.
Yeah, I get everything out the way on that very first date. Like, what's your intentions with me? Like, who you are as a person. Like, we're gonna talk about that on the very first date.
Listen, these might be active, but I get what you're saying.
You know, and some people are actors, but you know, you gotta be able to see through people enough to know if you want to go out with them. Because if you feel like you didn't get enough from what was asked, from what was talked about, then I could understand like wanting to get more and figure out more and, you know, figure out if this is the type of person you want. But I feel like if I haven't got that from the first and second date, I'm not wasting my time going out with you again. You know what I'm saying? So the first date really does it more for me than even getting to the third date. Because like I said, once we get to the third date, I like you already.
So these dates that I might have gone on were not like consecutively in a sense of like 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month. I could go on a date with you today. It's cool. We don't do nothing. I go on a date with you next month. The third date is actually on the third month. And that's only because you've been sticking around. So now it's like, let me actually see what this person is about rather than just, you know, because some people like to go on dates just for company. That's the type of person. Like back in the day, when I was younger, I would do like, you know, the movies and stuff like that. You know, the little kid. But now as an adult, first of all, I'm not really going on a second date unless we already. Like the third date means the sex was good and you cool, and now I want to take a serious step. That's the third date for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be taking you out to eat 3 times and we ain't do nothing. This could be a waste of my time, because if I take you on 3 dates,
company.
Huh?
For company, like you said.
Nah, but like company is like one. All right, so that if we do the company, it has to be over a period of time. Like you just so happen to be around this day. I want to do
See,
this.
I can't do that. One, because I can go out with my homegirls. I like to, hey, you want to go here? You want to go out to eat? Like, I'll do that with my homegirls. I don't need to go out with nobody on a date for no company. Like, if I don't see that you're interested in me, you just playing with me. You playing with me, you playing with my time. You asking me on a date right now, but I don't hear from you until the next month where you ask me, hey, what you doing? Like, let's go somewhere. I'm like, what? I haven't heard from you since last month. You ain't want to take.
Yeah, but like I'm a
you
guy.
playing with me. Now you playing with me, and I don't want to go on a second date, and I don't need your company. I'll go out with my girlfriends for that.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go out to eat with my boy. That's not.
Why not?
That's not gonna happen.
Why?
Like, it depends on like the type of, like if we go to a bar, let's say we go to like SDK, we sitting at the bar, that's regular, right? That's cool. But I'm talking about like, I'm sitting across the table. I'm not gonna be sitting across the table at a nice restaurant with my homie. 9 times out of 10, this would be very.
I feel like your intentions, her intentions and your intentions of dates are different. You're saying if you didn't fuck the girl, you're not going out with her.
On the third.
For her, it's like, if I'm not interested in you, I'm not going out with you. So for you, it seems like you want that company because you want some kind of sexual attraction.
Well, the thing
so that's
is,
what you're looking for on the date. We're looking more like.
Okay, so look, let me.
You know?
I'm glad you said that. Let me tell you something about men, right? Men
Please do.
are
Please,
going
right,
on
please.
dates with you women with sexual intentions.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not, but I'm saying what you just said is if we didn't hit this, like if it check off the box, like we fucked, all right, that's checked. Yeah, you're not going.
That's because
that off rip, see, if I get that vibe from a guy, I'm not going on another date with you. I've been on one date and never went on a date with a guy, never text him again, because either I didn't feel that connection or I felt like he was just waiting to take my clothes off. And I'm like, that's not the vibe I'm trying to give off. Like, if you're just sexually attracted to me and you're not trying to sexually be like attracted to my mindset, like stimulate me, you know? I just feel like my intentions are different when I go on dates. So that's why I'm like, do you really go on? I don't go on all dates because of this, you know?
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Guys, let me give you code. You never do the hungry thirst on the first date. That's why I said the second date specifically. Because the first date, you let her get the questions out the way, you answer them properly. On the second date, now she's more open to what could happen. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I could peep that on the first date. Like I can see what you're trying to do already. Like on the first.
No,
you could tell them. You could tell they vibe because they'll take you to dinner, but then you get back in the car and they're like, okay, so what you trying to do now? Like you trying to come over? Like, and it's just like, wait, no.
Right.
Take me home.
But that's
there's that kind of dude, and there's a dude when you're on a date and they're like, yeah, you know, get what you want. Like, what you want? You want that? Yeah, get that. You want dessert?
I literally went on a date. This was like a first date though.
Creeps.
No, not creep. No, I'm not saying they came off like that, but I'm just saying that like once I seen the whole date, I'm like, that was kind of his energy. Like, he's not really saying it like that. Let me not do it like that.
Yeah.
But he's just like, oh.
But your playback of the date in your head was like, that was really what he meant.
Exactly, because like there's the gentleman approach, and then there's like that. Like, all right, I'm just gonna tell you this. This is exactly what I'm trying to do. I've been on both of those dates, and I'm just like,
I've been on a date with a guy, like, and I find dates very awkward. Like, I get very nervous to go on dates.
Yeah.
So I said yes to go on a date with a guy, and he was trying to like pour drinks down my throat. Like, he's like, get another one, get another one. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm here on this first date getting to know you. Like, I'm not trying to be smacked. Like, I don't want to be drunk around you. Like,
that's what, honestly, I don't try to go on dinner dates too much.
Do y'all understand that guys, listen, I think guys play the dating game better than women play the dating game.
Do they now?
100%.
Let's hear it.
100%. Because depending on what the guy has, 3 dates, the third date, it's just him being patient. You know, like, let's say if he catches your vibe and he's like, yo, I could, because I'm telling you right now.
So that's all you're thinking about is like, yo, I just gotta have sex with this girl. Like, that's all you're thinking about? Like, you're just waiting for it to happen?
But that's like, the biggest premise of a date for a man is to have sex with you. Yes. And the third date is like, yo, especially if I invested some money into this, you're now my investment. I want my investment to pay off.
Okay.
With sex,
there's a difference between a male date and a man date. Like, if I'm going out with a man, he's not coming off like that. If I'm going out with just a male or like just a guy that
I'm telling you what the intentions are. I don't care what he shows you.
No, I understand. So, I understand in the end you want sexually attracted. Okay, cool. You're sexually attracted to a girl. So obviously, yes, you want to come like, yes, you're gonna show me that you're into me like that. But I just feel like it's a certain way to do it. And the way you're explaining it is like, I'll call you bullshit from the first date.
No, you would not ever. First of all, that's not the way I'm explaining it. I'm telling you what the real reality of the agenda of a man is.
How do guys pursue women? Like, you want this girl to be your girlfriend. Does this happen? Is this...
So
do we also do dates for this? Is that a specific way to date girls versus dating for sexual pleasure at the end?
Well, at the end of the day, every relationship requires sexual pleasure. We're not going to sit here and fabricate it, and men are sexual pleasure desiring species. So yes, guess what? I might want you to be my girlfriend, so maybe I might not push up and be all thirsty like the guy she was talking about on the first date. Maybe not even on the second one. On the third one, I might drop some hints on it. Right? This is what I want to do. But if you're not recepting and buying into that, I might just fall back. Right? But I'm still making it known that I want to have sex with you. It's just about how much pressure I'm applying on the sex part. Right? So that's what I'm saying. So, and some men do this so well. You could go on 10 dates with him, and after he smacks, he doesn't call you back. That's what I was saying on that aspect. So like, there's men and males, in your words, who play the same game.
I'm not saying the game is the same, obviously. Like, it's a man's game.
Gonna say, like, I get what Rico's saying.
I get what you're saying. The game is the game. It's just about how you approach it and how you come off.
Yeah, but
the whole return on investment, like what, because you bought me a plate of food? Like
no, first of all, it's more than that. It's more than a plate of food. First of all, time, energy, and think about it. To get you to come outside, unless you're just coming outside for anybody, to get you to come outside was a lot of work, right or wrong.
But it was a lot of work for her too. The time and time investment? Like,
no, we're pursuing them 9 times out of 10. So
9 times, but you don't know if that's the case.
You're pursuing us, but for us to get ready is an investment.
That's a case by case.
That's
what
cool,
she's saying.
but like we have to listen. You could get ready. If it takes you 3 weeks for you to go on a date with me, I had to make you feel comfortable for 3 weeks.
I'm using my makeup products to do my face, to come outside.
You're talking about that day. I'm talking about the conversations for the 21 days before you came outside.
Okay.
Let's see, we went on a date. We went on a few like dinner dates and then like, just like interactive date. I like an interactive date, right? But for this specific person, I went on 3 dates with them and it was just conversation, like I didn't kiss him honestly until the 3rd date, like literally the 3rd date. The first 2 days, it was like, thank you, thanks for taking me out. I had a good time. I'm serious. I'm not lying. You want me to talk about a different date? So with him, it was like, obviously I could tell he was attracted to me, but I could also tell he was attracted to how I think and how I was. So he wasn't like rushing. I mean, if I would have gave it up and like gave him that energy, he probably would have, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he was going off of my pace. Like he was allowing me to control the vibe and like the energy that I was going to bring. And then so for that specific date, we didn't have to have sex. I wasn't pressured and I wasn't giving off that vibe too early because I didn't want to. I wanted to get to know this person. Like,
all right, I got some questions now. I know she was talking to you, Amanda, but I got to get into this.
I know, but you about to interrogate her. And
yeah,
that was a perfectly great scenario.
It wasn't a great scenario. How long did it take? How long did it take? Like, how much time transpired for these three dates? Like, was it 3 dates in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
It was over a span of a few weeks, like.
So about a month.
Yeah.
So for 30 days, he went on 3 dates with you and didn't.
Right.
You guys didn't do anything. Why? What made him different from the ones that you did do something with?
The difference is I feel like when you give it up too soon, your mind gets clogged on both ways. Like now you look at me as this way and I look at you as this way. So you can get clogged into that sexual like energy instead of basically we go on a date, right? We have sex by the 2nd date. So by the 2nd date, once we go on that 3rd date, now it's a different energy. You're comfortable a little bit. Now you feel like you could touch me, you could do all these things. So are you really paying attention still? Or are you just worried about getting it at the end of the day? Like, what's your motive? My goal is to find somebody that I want to, get in a relationship with or do this with, like build with. So in the past, I feel like giving it up too early, you're not building, you're not setting a goal for yourself because you already gave them one of the biggest things that you can give.
And to be honest, you really just don't know what the outcome is when you have sex with someone you're just going on dates with too early. Because you don't really know if that person is for you.
Right.
Like you don't know what their intentions was. Maybe they were just waiting for you to give up the box and you did. So
exactly.
now
I want to test you a little bit.
Exactly.
Like,
now they're out. And there is
I'm like, are you really feeling me or are you just feeling the way I look? You feeling
both.
my body?
Now it's both. So like, okay, so I want to let you know you still didn't answer the question. That was very good though. That was very good. Let me ask this question again, right? Because you gave the box up before on 3 dates.
You said why was it different from then to now?
I said what made him different from the ones that you gave the box to.
He let her control the situation.
It wasn't. No, no, it's not even just that.
Tell the truth.
From those guys to this guy, it wasn't about the guys. It was about me and what I wanted. So like from those guys before, it was like, I didn't really know what I wanted at the time. So I'm just like, I'm going out with you and like, I just want to feel pleased today, like whatever it is. But what I've realized is creating that sexual connection or sexual relationship too early, it doesn't really get you nowhere. Because now you're just so caught up on this energy that we're no longer on this energy. So now when we link up, it seems like we have to have sex or we have to do this. Like it's only going to direct into that way.
And this is why I say this, right? So, and fellas who are going on 3 dates that are having 2 good first dates, and the women who are receptive to this energy, make sure you're going on dates with intention to be with somebody, if not that person. See, like, I feel like you're just dating to explore, right? And I could be wrong. Because if I get out of the house 3 times and I want to spend time with you 3 times, is to be with you. So if we have sex on the second date or after the third date, the goal was to actually build something going forward. So regardless of when we have sex and build that chemistry and get comfortable, the goal is to have sex, build chemistry, and get comfortable and get into a relationship. Not to just explore and see what you are. All right, cool.
But you said have sex first. Why is that first? So that's the foundation. You're saying
that's
have
Rico.
sex.
That's Rico. But that's not everyone though.
Ladies. Let me tell you something about men. Men want to have sex. I don't know who told you anything.
Nobody said women didn't.
That's not what I said. I said men want to have sex. So sex is the number one preference for the man in dating. The reason why I want you is because I think that you look great. And I want to see if you're smart so I can see if I could keep you for a long period of time. And guess what's going to happen? We're going to fuck in between that time.